Hi, everybody. So those of you that tuned in on time, you saw our little bloop.
That's right. It wouldn't be Sea Lake Journeys without a blooper in there somewhere.
Yep, there was a blooper. So if you got to see the blooper, congratulations. If you're watching it after the show started and later on, you're definitely going to see the blooper.
Blooper!
So if you missed the blooper, then you'll have to watch the show again from the very beginning.
I know I'm going to.
So we want to welcome everyone to the live show tonight. So tonight our live show is about...
Did you tell them who we are?
Well, I was going to come back. Tonight our live show is about the Yukon expedition and White Pass Railway that we did in Skagway, Alaska.
Yes.
So we're going to welcome all of you. And if you're new to our platform, I am Robin. This is Chet. And we are Sea Lake Journeys.
That's right. That's what it says in this notepad right here anyway.
How do you know it says that in that notepad?
Because I wrote all these notes. We have to have notes, y'all. That's right. We got handwritten notes. We got typewritten notes. We've got sticky notes.
No, he has sticky notes.
Oh,
I don't do sticky notes. This desk is covered with his sticky
We've got
notes.
whiteboards. We've got everything over here to remind us what is going on.
That's right. So we want to... we have a lot to cover tonight. We want you to put your questions in the comments. If you have any questions, comments, anything. We do want to try to stick with the topic of the show tonight, which is the Yukon and White Pass Railway. So I do apologize if I skip over a comment that maybe is just a nice comment. I did see it, but I didn't put it up on the screen. Okay?
Yes, if you tell me I have nice hair, thank you very much in advance. But we may skip over it to keep on topic.
So we're going to do things a little different tonight. Tonight we have, I'm going to play a little video, and then I have like a break in the video, and then we're going to talk, and then we'll come back to the video and a break in the video. Kind of
a new format.
A new format.
Yeah, we're going to try a new format out. Yeah. Be a little bit different than other live shows. We're going to, like I say, throw in videos and photographs and stuff. We experimented a little bit last week and it went pretty well.
Yeah, so, last week it was an experiment that I was unprepared for. I'm actually prepared this week.
How about that?
So let's say hi to the people that are in the chat.
Yes. Let's do it. Who we got? We got Tiffany Lava Shark in here saying, good afternoon, Chet and Robin.
Baby shark.
Shark, baby shark. That's right. I'm glad to see you here, Tiffany. And Fearless Rambler, George is in the house. He says, howdy, Sea Lake Journeys and everyone else. He's on the phone, on the road, so he can't tag everybody. But we just want y'all to know, Fearless Rambler saying hi to all y'all out there, okay?
So if he didn't tag you, he's officially saying hello.
That's right.
And Mark the Shark.
Mark the Shark's in the house. Everybody give him a big old Mark the Shark salute right there. He says, hello, beautiful people, and greetings from Harmony of the Seas.
His home away from home.
I'll tell you, that's his home away from home. Your address for Mark the Shark is Harmony of the Seas. Shady Hill Homestead is here in the house.
And this is from Mark the Shark. He's reminding everybody, give us a thumbs up because YouTube does see how many thumbs up we get.
And we're going to give Mark the Shark a double squeaky for that.
Here we go.
Oh, we got another one.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it up here. My mouse isn't working together.
It's a cruise live saying, hi, guys. Hey, y'all. Awesome channel right there from the UK. And we got Lynn, the Okie here saying, hey, y'all. Okie, That's from Oklahoma, in case y'all didn't know.
That's right. And hello to the Bud Files.
Bud Files is here. Well, you know, I'm going to give a Bud Files a squeaky too. I got to get over and catch up on my history stuff. I'm going to this week.
We apologize to anybody that, you know, especially if you're a member of our channel and we've not gotten caught up with your videos. You know,
I have been catching. I'm catching up good.
We still are not back on track from being gone into Alaska.
You go on a 2-week travel with a day or two on either side, and then add on, you know, being sick,
coming back and not feeling well, and you know, our whole life around here is just turned upside down.
Yeah,
we are well, we are better, no more sicky wickies, and so now it's just trying to get everything back on track again. I still haven't done laundry from Alaska.
I did all mine. She's wearing my clothes now.
Hi, Law Jones.
Law Jones is in the house. Good evening to you, Law. We still miss doing our quotes of the day we used to do on our morning show. Lynn the Okie says, is Yukon in Oklahoma?
I don't know if part of the Yukon is in Oklahoma or not, but I know that it is in Canada.
It's in Canada. I'm pretty sure it's just in Canada. Folks, that's what we call a real solution for real cruisers right there. Ryan Donahue is here, and speaking of train rides, he's got a lot of train rides over there.
Yes.
And he's saying, hey, everybody. And Cruise Nuts, Mike and Tracy is in the house. They're saying hello, Chet and Robin, and everybody else out there. We can't wait to meet you guys face to face.
I know it.
We're so excited about that group cruise, and we'll come back to the commercial on that. Guys, if y'all want to meet the Cruise Nuts, if you want to meet Ocean to Ocean Travel, you want to meet us and some other fantastic people like TNT's Adventures to Sea, come on that group cruise. You know,
since Ocean to Ocean is here, I think that we just might as well just play the commercial.
Let's do it.
And everybody will know what we're talking about.
Alert, alert!
Alert, alert!
It's a group cruise!
Group cruise, y'all!
With your host, Sea Lake Journeys, TNT Adventures to Sea, and Ocean to Ocean Travel.
So come on, let's get on that Norwegian breakaway. May 19th through the 26th, 2024. We'll be leaving out of the port of Miami, going to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, St. Thomas, and Tortola. And finally, we're going to NCL's private island, Great Stirrup Cay. Contact Bruce at Ocean to Ocean Travel today to get those group rates and special perks.
Join the Facebook group for all the planned events. There's room for everyone. Don't forget, contact Bruce at oceantoceantravel.com. We'll see you on the ship.
See you on the ship. That's right.
We want to see you on the ship.
We really do. We want to see you on that ship. Get a hold of Bruce at Ocean to Ocean. Tell him, hey, I got my tax return. I'm ready to spend it all. Let me book that cruise. And howdy to Bruce and Cindy, by the way. We have a good time over on their channel too on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock. It's a Cruise Life says, can you not do Alaska in 7 days, or is 2 weeks the standard? No, you can do the cruise. The cruise portion is 7 days. You leave out of Vancouver or Seattle and do a 7-day cruise up to Alaska, and you hit Ketchikan, Skagway, and Juneau typically on those. Yeah, there's some
other ports as well, depending on the cruise line you take. The last time we went to Alaska, we did in fact do just the 7-day cruise.
Right. And if you leave out of Seattle, you're probably going to end up hitting British Columbia instead of Vancouver.
Right. And typically the cruise ship leaves out of Vancouver and ends in Whittier, Alaska.
But you can go the other way too. Whittier down to Vancouver, Whittier down to Seattle. And a
lot of people like doing the 7-day back-to-back because sometimes it takes a different path and they get a couple of different stops one way versus the other way.
Right. You may hit Icy Strait Point instead of Skagway or something.
But what we did this time was we did the 7 days on the cruise ship. We left out of Vancouver and went Ketchikan, Skagway, Juneau, some of the other things, and got off the ship in Whittier, Alaska, and got on the train and took the 9-hour train ride up to Denali.
Yes.
And then we stayed there a few days, and then we took a bus down to different lodges, and we ended up in Anchorage, Alaska. And flew home. So it was 7 days on the cruise ship and 5 days in the Princess Lodges.
It was great.
Fantastic.
But yeah, you can do just a 7-day cruise. It's much cheaper than adding the land portion on like we did this time.
Yes.
Lynn the Okie says there's a town named Yukon in Oklahoma.
How about that?
You know what? Sometimes that may be as close to Yukon as you get.
Could be.
How about that? Is my imagination, or does he have long hair?
Who?
Me?
Who, Chet?
So, you should have seen it before I cut it, y'all.
So I was telling Chet yesterday we need to get haircuts because I'm sitting on my hair. His hair is to his waist. We need some haircuts up in here. We're starting to look like the hippies of our younger generation.
I'm waiting for the licensed cosmetologist to hook me up over here.
Listen, just because I'm a licensed cosmetologist, if I was still doing it, half all this would be gone, and probably half of that.
She wants my old look back. I guess I'll have to go back to my old
look. I don't
look.
like all of this.
Well, I told her our anniversary's coming. I'm waiting to give her a present.
Here we go. Riley's creative.
Riley the Creative Travel. That's Blaine and Mallory, y'all, saying good day to everybody. I just want to be on any ship. I'm not picky. Brother, we're right there with you. Put us on a Norwegian. Put us on an NCL. Put us on a Princess, Carnival. We don't care. Norwegian, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Royal
so,
Caribbean.
in talking about group cruises, contact Bruce from Ocean to Ocean Travel. Let me tell you about a group cruise. A group cruise, you get really good rates.
Yes, you do.
And you don't have to do everything with the group. You don't have to do anything with the group if you don't want.
But if you're without a group, you're probably going to want to do something.
And right now, there are several channels, and I'm not going to name the channels because I'll end up missing somebody. Right now, there are several channels that are doing group cruises between now and 2025 even.
Yes, that's right.
And Bruce knows all about all of them. He can book your room on all of them. He can give you some great discounts because you're booked with the cruise. So
even if ours isn't the right time for you, still get with Bruce at Ocean, and he'll tell you another group cruise that is for you. And there's Eddie. Speaking of group cruise, he's lurking, he's working, he's jerking. We don't know what's going on. But Eddie Lugo, that's my leg baby daddy, everybody. Leg baby daddy. I'm waiting for my baby there, Eddie.
And so Eddie's agree with me. Thank you for agreeing with me, Eddie. Mm-hmm. And it looking like the hippie isn't bad. No, it's not too bad.
All right, there you go. Thank you for that.
So let's get started. Let's get started with our topic because we're already 12 minutes into the show and haven't even started our topic.
And we got a great topic for y'all.
We do. So tonight we're talking about the railroad trip that we took from Skagway. Okay.
Well, actually, we started on the bus though.
Right. It was in Skagway.
Yes.
So you can get the train in Skagway and ride the train up to a certain point and the bus back. Well, what we did was we chose to ride the bus further up than the train stopped. So we went all the way into Canada, and then we came back down and got on the train, and the train came back to the port at Skagway.
Yeah, when you're looking for excursions in Skagway, you'll see the White Pass Railroad. You can do just the railroad, and it'll take you up and just nick a corner of Canada and then come back. Mm-hmm. But what we wanted to do, we wanted to go off into the Yukon experience, and that's why we booked the Yukon Expedition and White Pass Scenic Railway. So it's two put together as one, two excursions in one.
And they have different names. That's why in the title of this video, when this video goes up, not this Friday, the dog sleds are going up. Mm-hmm. The video for our topic tonight will go up the following Friday. And then I'm trying to name the videos the actual name of the excursion. So if you're looking for this excursion, you'll know exactly which excursion it is because it's named exactly that way on Princess or some of the other name. Still call them the same things. So let's start, shall we?
Yes, indeed. We're heading over to our shore excursion. Left a little late because we're having to do tender at a normally docking port.
Yes.
So it slowed things down a lot. And there's a little bit of grumbling out there amongst the people. But we're going to get there. We're going to have fun.
Don't forget, pack your patience.
Pack your patience along with that jacket when you go to Alaska.
Okay, so Skagway, as many of you know, the port in Skagway, the pier was damaged by a rock slide.
Yes.
Even though they repaired parts of the pier is once again been damaged again by further rock slides. So we had to take the tender from the cruise ship to the pier in Skagway.
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you want to say anything about that, or just go right ahead to the next?
Yeah,
part?
Just go right to the next thing.
Let me catch up on some of the chat here real quick.
Yeah, let's do it. And Ray the Creative saying they're lurking, jerking, working, and twerking, Lugo. Leon's here. Leon live saying, hey, Robin and Chet. Hey, Leon, how's it going, brother?
Mm-hmm. And what's his question? Who's
Lynn
Chet?
Okie. Who's Chet? That
That's
would be
because
me.
of the hair.
I'm the guy with the squeaky.
You're the ponytail man.
Yes, you know it. That's right. Eddie says, Lynn the Okie, the scrubby guy sitting in front of you.
Okay, so we're going to go back to the video, okay?
Let's do it.
So it was a 1/4-mile walk from where the tender dropped us off to where we're going to get on the buses. But you can see the train here. This is the White Pass train. This is, in fact, the train that we're going to get on later.
Yes. Now, the cars are a little bit older looking, more dated, kind of give you that 1898 feel, but the train engine itself looks a little more modern.
Mm-hmm. And as we're walking, you can see that it's very easy walking terrain if you have a walker, wheelchair, something of that sort. It's paved. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's easy access. The thing, if you got mobility issues, if you can get on buses, if you can get on trains, then you're going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you can do those steps up with your legs.
Right. Anything that you want to say about that before we get to the next part?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So this happened to be an 8-hour excursion.
8 hours, y'all.
And so here is where we are riding the motor coach up into, we'll end up well into Canada.
Yep, up in the Yukon territory.
I forget how long the bus ride was.
I don't remember which was which, but if you look up the train ride, cut that in half, and then the rest of that time would be what we did on the bus. But we didn't sit on the bus the whole time. We stopped at places.
We stopped several times to see things.
Like
and
right here.
Right here, this is where the glacier is melting, which is so fascinating. But we stopped many, many times along the way. And she would, the motor coach driver was narrating a lot of the history of the train and the local areas that we were passing through, as well as the terrain that was around us. She did an excellent job in telling us a little bit about all that.
Yeah, we had a really good time. The places we stopped, they had very photogenic places, I guess you want to say. The scenery, stuff you just can't see down here in Florida.
So what is this? What's the lady on the screen? My name is Robin.
She's Robin.
And this is Chet. We are married. We're husband and wife.
Thanks, Law.
And hit that thumbs up. That's right.
Hey, appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Not the other fingers, just the thumbs. Lone Cross is here tonight, too, saying good evening, all. Good evening, Lone Cross, to you. Najuma Brown saying hello, everyone. Hello, Najuma.
Najuma. Okay, so on this trip, we actually had to take our passports with us because we crossed the Canadian border. And they actually got on board and checked everyone's.
We're in Canada now. We crossed the Canadian border about a mile back. So it's our second stop here on our bus tour, heading toward the train out of Skagway.
And we were in an avalanche area, which I thought was so fascinating. I'll take that down. What was so fascinating, that the billboard you see there tells you that we are in an avalanche area. And while we were standing there, you could actually see an avalanche happening off the mountain over there. But it was just too far away to get the camera. But you could see snow falling off the side of the mountain. It was crazy.
I thought about doing a little yodeling, but I guess I'd better not do that.
Yeah.
I saw the avalanche sign.
Okay, so let's go back.
Hold on, before you go there, when you're talking about the passport, it also says or other WHTI compliant document. If you don't know what that is, just get a passport.
Well, you have to have a passport to go to Alaska anyway, because you have to either get on a port in Canada or get off the ship in Canada. Because as you all know, cruise ships have to visit more than one country. They visit the country they're leaving, and then they have to visit another country. And so you do have to have a passport to cruise in Alaska.
So go get your passport and get ready to go to Alaska.
So here, back to this.
Oh, there it is.
That's the avalanche thing, which I just thought that was so crazy.
That is crazy. We don't see that in Florida.
No, I'm not sure what else is here before the
Y'all notice how blue that sky is, though? Talk about a blue sky. It was like that all the whole day.
Okay, so let's go back to the chat and see if there's anything in the chat over here that I missed. Here's a question for me. Are you Indian? Well,
no.
I'm Heinz 57. I can tell you that.
She's a real American.
I'm a real American.
Heinz 57.
Yep, I'm a Heinz 57. There's so much DNA combinations in my genetic makeup. I couldn't tell you. Here's Leon Live.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
He's covering all the time zones
All
there.
the time zones.
And Aaron Smith is here saying, "Happy Sunday Sea Lake Journey Crew." Right on, Aaron. We appreciate that. And Law Jones says, "Hey, Lynn, that's Native American, and that's not really the them of the Tonight Show." It's a Cruise Life says, "We'll catch the rest of this in the morning, guys. It's late here in the UK. Have
Thank
a
you
great
for
Sunday."
dropping in, guys.
Right, we're going to give you one last squeaky there, y'all.
Yeah, because it's bedtime where they're at.
We're going to wake you up before you go to bed.
So then when we were going along, we stopped for lunch. We want to talk about the place that we stopped for lunch, and then we'll show it to you.
Oh, yeah.
So what was the name of the place we stopped for lunch?
Caribou Crossing Trading Post.
Caribou Crossing Trading Post. First of all, it was such a fun stop. You can't go to this stop unless you are on
The bus. The train don't go there, y'all.
No, the train doesn't go there. And they had the cutest little place to have lunch, and there was a gift shop and a museum and and a petting zoo. There was so much to do.
You can mine for gold.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll put that up here.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. Here comes the lunch first, y'all. The most important part.
And I think we had barbecue chicken.
I got the whole menu right here.
Oh, do you? Okay.
You want me to read it while we're doing
So
that?
this is, I'm going to pause this right here. This is what was so cute. These are little old-timey wagons that are really picnic tables inside them. And
yeah, you eating a covered wagon.
I thought that was so cute. I thought, where else could you eat?
And what is she
in a covered
eating?
wagon?
She's eating barbecue chicken, baked potatoes, rolls, homemade donuts with coffee and tea. Or you can get Indian dal soup, available for vegetarians.
Yes. So, because all of y'all know I'm gluten-free, I could not eat the barbecue chicken because the barbecue sauce was not gluten-free barbecue sauce. Right. And the potato, what did they call the potato?
Baked potato.
A baked potato, which was kind of odd because it was a potato that was cut in half, but it was grilled on the grill. It wasn't baked in the oven, but it was very good.
It was good.
And what else did we have?
A roll.
Yeah.
And homemade donuts.
And homemade donuts.
Which you can't eat them.
Which I couldn't have those either. But the lunch, it was a very, very good lunch. And if I would have told them when they were serving me that I was gluten-free, they would have not given me the meat and stuff. But Chet ate my meat, so that was okay.
I was kind of hungry that day.
Okay, so let's see who else come into the chat since we have been talking.
Let's do it. Hey, it's Kathy Mills. Hey, Kathy. She's saying hi to everybody out there. Joel Johnson, Semper Fi, brother, saying hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
Right on. That right there is a Marine that we met on a cruise years ago. We've gone cruising together, and hopefully he'll come on our group cruise next year.
Yes. So Lynn wants to know, have I had an ancestry test? Well, I can tell you this. My great-grandmother was part Native American. She wasn't full-blooded, so that makes me like 1/18th or something, or I don't know what it was. Anyway, there is a little bit of, I do have a tiny little bit of Native American in me.
It's right there.
It's right there.
I just saw it. It ran and hid under that hair.
But no, I've not done I would like to do one. Chet did one. His family did one.
My sister did one.
They are from a Viking descent, so that was kind of cool. Here we go.
Law Jones says, Lynn, stop. Stick to the topic. Let's check. No, I was in the Marine Corps.
Yes, he was in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
Here we go. Wait.
What we got? Yeah, you need a passport for an Alaskan cruise. If for no other reason, the obligatory stop in Victoria, British Columbia, or Vancouver. That is right, Aaron.
That's correct.
Aaron's got some good information.
Because you do have to make a stop in Canada. No matter where it is in your itinerary, you do have to make a Canadian stop, which requires you to have a passport.
It's either going to be British Columbia or it's going to be Vancouver. Those are real solutions for real cruisers. Right there. And Blaine says, hey, Kathy Mills. Randa Cena's here. Hey, Randa Cena. She says, good evening, everybody. Good evening to you, Miranda.
And Mark the Shark says, don't forget, he's on our group cruise.
Mark the Shark is going to come on the NCL with us. I love it. It's going to be fantastic, guys. Woo!
So back to talking about where we stopped for lunch.
Oh.
So there was so many things to do there. They had this really cute little petting zoo. And so you could buy, I think to feed the goats was like $3. To feed the larger llamas, cows, and horses, I think that bag of food was $5.
Yeah, we fed all the critters, obviously.
We did. We fed all the critters.
That's Robin right there in the picture. Oh, and here's a horse.
This horse would follow me around. I couldn't feed any of the other animals because he was such a pig. And then they did have panning for gold there as well.
That's right.
It was $20 to pan for gold. We do suggest if you're going to pan for gold, do that right after you eat. Otherwise, you won't have enough time to do that. And go ahead and talk about the museum.
Oh, yeah. We got the museum in there with all the animals. It's actually, what do they call that thing?
The wildlife
exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see a polar bear, you want to see mountain lions, you want to see grizzly bears, you go inside there and they got all these stuffed animals for you to see. That way you can see what they look like and how big they were.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fantastic exhibition.
Yes.
And there's me trying to get rich.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
It didn't work.
But I did give it a whirl. Stop it there before we get to the train.
Stop it here.
Okay, the motor coach ride.
She wants you to squeak the ducky again.
Squeak the which one you get? This one?
Well, this one don't squeak, but he don't squeak.
Well, we got the squeaky that we got from SCT Adventures, Greg and Felicia, and then we got this party horn where we celebrated getting our 1,000 subscribers and all that.
Since Lynn the Okie is new to our channel, this is one thing that we do when we get super chats or super thanks or members in our live streams. We don't have one tonight, but that's okay. But this is what we normally play.
We'll show you what would happen.
This is what would happen if we got a super chat or a new member to this show.
Yeah, let's see it.
Oh, wrong one.
Wrong one. Try the other one.
Very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
Very much.
Well, thank you very much. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So those are our dogs. The little skinny one is Ringo, and the black and white one is Baby Enzo. Baby Enzo is part Chihuahua, part miniature border collie. Ringo is a part red merle chihuahua, part chocolate merle chihuahua. They do, in fact, have their own YouTube channel, and it's called Baby Enzo and Ringo.
Yeah.
So if you see us watching your channel and we are watching as Baby Enzo and Ringo, it's because we forgot to change us back over to Sea Lake Journeys.
Or we'll just give you an extra view. Sometimes you'll see us view your channel as Sea Lake Journeys and me, Chet, or Baby Enzo.
You never
Ringo.
know.
So you may get more than one view from us. Lynn the Okie says, "Squeak that ducky again." I'm going to assume that the fuzzy thing is the duck. Aaron says, "Or the spirit moves Chet to squeak the squeaky."
That's the spirit moves him to squeak the squeaky.
And comments like that cause the spirit to move. Together we travels in the house saying, "Hello, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening to you."
And yes, we think it's cute too. Okay, so we're back to the train.
Oh, I want to say it before you start that.
Mm-hmm.
The motor coach, the bus, runs along the train, similar path to the train, and both of them are following along the route used during the 1898 Gold Rush.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to know where those guys were going during the Gold Rush? You're going to see where they was going.
Mm-hmm. So here we go. This is I don't know. I did this today while I was working on another video, so I don't even remember what I put together.
It's about the train,
It's about the train. I can tell you that.
Something about the train. Okay, so we just boarded the train.
We did.
Yep, the Yukon Express. So we're going to go check out this on our way back to Skagway.
Hour and a half.
Train
ride.
Yeah,
We've got a good seat. We got a window right in front of us.
we do. So maybe we'll catch some air because it's a little bit warm today. So we got a window right here in front of us. Look at that. And right now all we see is buses, but we're expecting to see something else. So far on this trip, we saw 4 bears,
A moose,
and 3 sheep.
3 goats.
3 goats.
Goats.
3 goats, yeah. So,
And they were not in the zoo.
The goats were climbing up the mountain, the
Yeah.
bears were on the side of the road, and the moose was on the edge of the lake.
So we've seen all the top 5 now, except for the wolf and the doll sheep.
And we saw a red fox.
Yes, we saw a big old red fox right
Huge
across the
red
street.
fox. We didn't get to take a picture of him because he was way too fast.
He was too fast, but we not fast enough we couldn't see him. Okay, we'll see you in a little.
Oh, sorry. And the scenery on the train was absolutely breathtaking.
It is awesome scenery. You got to go see it in real life yourself. As great as the video is, it doesn't know justice to see it in real life.
And as the train got, because remember, we're on the train here in Canada, and the closer the train got back to Skagway, of course, there was less and less snow. And on the train, we did see, was it a grizzly bear? I don't remember. I don't remember if it was a brown bear or a grizzly bear that we saw right near the train. He was right there. But on the train, they are still narrating and still telling you about the area that you're passing through. And they have the little area where you can get up from your seat and go stand and hold your camera out so that you can film like Ryan does, where you see the train track and everything. We were in probably about in the middle of the train, probably. And when we were saying that it was warm, now we were in Alaska in May, and I got sunburnt. Most of the time we wore tank tops. It didn't get cold until we went further up. Like when we went to the Arctic Circle, of course, we had on jackets. It was cold up there.
The elevation did make a difference. The highest we went with this was 3,250 feet, I think it was. So it was a little bit cooler up there. But still, I don't know why. It was pretty kind of hot that day.
Let's see.
And I think it was like 55. Which is funny. It was 55, but it was dry, and we were like, wow, this is kind of hot.
So there is more than one excursion if you're wanting to just do the train. But if you really want a whole day experience that includes lunch, we would suggest you take this excursion that we did.
Yes.
That's the Yukon and White
Yukon Expedition and White Pass Scenic Railway. That way you get the best of both.
And we stopped several times. We stopped when we were on the bus. We stopped where we showed you we had lunch at, but we also stopped at a little village. We stopped at a young lady on the side of the road where she was selling water and snacks and
a great
handmade jewelry
and
that kind of thing. Yeah. Let's just see. I don't know what's in the chat over here. So here.
Mark the Shark says, someone asked me, did I did the military? And yes, I did. I was very proud that I did my time. And yes, I'm a retired as a Navy SEAL. Love and respect all my military people. Right on, Mark the Shark.
Right.
We love and respect all the military people out there. That's right. We do too. Aaron Smith says we went from waiting on the bus to hear my train a coming. Hear my train a coming. I'll get my Johnny Cash out. I ain't wearing my black, ain't I? Tiffany Lava Shark says mountains are beautiful, Chet and Robin. Oh, they're even better in real life, Tiffany. We did the best we could with our cameras, but wow.
We couldn't do it any justice.
Nice shades, Lynn Nioki says. That's just my regular glasses. They actually turn dark in the sun. You got to have them when you live in Florida.
So that was all the footage that I put together. But if you want me to go find some more footage and we can talk over things that you've got, or you just want to talk about what you got?
Well, let's talk about what we got. The wildlife gallery is in the Caribou Crossing Trading Post, and they also have a gift shop in there. You saw a little video of that. And you go in there and get your souvenirs there. They also have like a little museum about the Canadian Mounties and some of the Canadian stuff up there. It's worth going to see. The panning for gold. We wish we had more time to do it.
Yeah.
I think we only got maybe $8,000 or $9,000 or $10,000 of gold out of there. She won't tell me exactly how much we got. But anyway, go do it. Go do this excursion. Also, the petting farm. Wow, what fun that was. The horses and the goats. You saw how
I think
fat
they
were.
had llamas.
Yeah.
They had llamas, the horse, the cow, the goats, sheep, chickens. They had everything.
I was trying to pet the snake, and they told me, sir, put the rattlesnake down. It's not part of the petting zoo. PSV Odyssey, Mr. Paul Vine's in the house saying, howdy, howdy, howdy. Thanks for being here, Paul. Law Jones says, experiencing microbursts here. Keep losing connection. We'll have to check this on the replay.
Okay.
All right, Law Jones, we will be back in replay history. Hashtag replay is another
and you'll be able to
option
see
for
the
you.
blooper that we had in the beginning.
Or maybe the blooper we're going to do later here. We still got 25 minutes to do bloopers. Who knows what we're going to do? Okay, did you have no more video?
No, I told you I'll go out and grab some more video if you want me to, but I don't have anything.
If you want to, and
Okay,
I'll
you
just
talk
keep
and I'll
rattling
sit
my
down.
trap. But this is Alaska being the once in a lifetime visit. The excursion, in case you're wondering, some people let's say, well, how much is that excursion? The time we went, we booked everything early. So I actually booked the excursion as soon as it became available, probably a year before the cruise. And it was $239.95 at the time we went. I'm sure the prices have already gone up. Everything else has.
Everything is going up.
That's how you say, wow, that's a lot to pay per person, but it's an 8-hour experience. And think of it as a bucket list. I'm going to go there once. I want to see these things. And hopefully we whetted your appetite. And in fact, I do know of a group cruise that's going to Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
Contact Bruce at Ocean to Ocean and find out, because he's taking people in 2025 to Alaska on Norwegian. So if you're interested in that, get a hold of Bruce and say, hey, I want to go to Alaska.
So I apologize, because whenever we do a live show and I just go out there and grab something spur of the moment, I really don't know what I'm grabbing, because I can't watch the video to see what it is before I throw it up here. So I apologize, but this is what I found.
Is it a UFO?
I don't know. This was at that one stop that we stopped at.
Yeah, showing you a log cabin setting. It was really cool.
I don't know where.
It's a musher's house.
It's a musher's house. That's what it was. Yes. And outside the window, that's where the petting zoo was at.
Yes.
Yeah. And that great big, well, let's see where we're going.
This is part of the Caribou Crossing, by the way. There's a lot of stuff here to see and do.
Oh, you could actually ride the sled dogs there as well. And it was not expensive. I think it was like $10. And it was like a little, maybe quarter-mile track on the dry dog sleds.
Yeah, the sled had wheels for this.
Oops, sorry. Sorry.
Thank you very much.
Let me go out there and try to find something else.
Okay, while she's doing that, is there any questions over here? Let me see. I'll look over here and see.
Oh, I got it right here. Here we go.
Aaron says, pro tip, going to Alaska, book the stuff early.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Excursions sell out very early in Alaska. And I know a lot of people in the Caribbean, you can book a last minute thing right there in the port. You can do that in Alaska, but they're very limited. Like a lot of things you can only book through the cruise lines. Like some of the trains you can only book through the cruise lines, because the cruise lines have already filled the train up.
Well,
so don't expect to be able to have the luxury like you have in the Caribbean, where you can book a last minute something. We strongly suggest you book before you get there.
Yeah, we like another reason we like to book through the ship. We've talked about them before in the past. If something breaks down, we ain't got to really worry about that on a train. You're going to get everybody on the train back. So it's just we recommend booking early so that you can get those excursions and get the cabin you want on that ship.
Right. So here we go.
The Z-Man, the Z-Show Cruise Fund saying, good evening, everybody. Z-Man. Good evening to you. Backlash Fisherman's here. It's the beautiful and wonderful Robin. Right on, Backlash.
Well, Backlash is married to the beautiful and wonderful Coastal Waters.
That's right.
So he's got himself a lovely little bride.
Make sure you
there.
check them out too, y'all. Backlash Fisherman and Coastal Waters. Hey,
there you go.
We got a lot of good channels in here.
Z-Man, he's getting ready for prime time.
That's right. Z's going to have prime time later tonight. I think, 9 p.m., Z? Put it in the chat and let us know.
So what else you got there? And I'll go out and try to find us something else.
Well, that's all the notes I got here, because other than the ones for the regular videos. I think we got a few of them. Okay.
Well,
some of those we didn't want to talk about live because we want to save them for your video.
Well,
because next Friday, not this coming Friday, but next Friday, we're going to have a regular video covering all this, and with a lot more video to see and a lot more pictures. So,
okay, so I have no clue what this video is. I'm fixing to put up here.
Let's put it up and now what it is. This is the train. You can walk outside and stand there, get some fresh air if you need it.
I'll mute it because it's so loud. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, beautiful territory. And that beside of us is a very short place where the trains can pass each other. You can see how long the train is. The train's ridiculously long.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on this train, and believe it or not, it still fills up. That's crazy.
And that's actually a river that's still frozen right there.
Yes, the ice is melting very fast. When we were there, they were telling us they could see the difference from the morning to the afternoon.
Yes.
Where it's
of
melting
the
down now.
Snow melting. Mm-hmm.
So by the time, if you go in June or July, that's probably just going to look like a river.
Yeah.
You're not going to see the same scenery. It's not going to look the same depending on when you go.
Mm-hmm.
We went in May. If you go in June, July, August, it's going to look different than that.
But the last time we went in May, there was not this much snow either. So
we went in June last time.
Oh, was it June? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so it was June when we went, and we did not see this much
and
snow.
it looked very different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they actually have a snow plow that plows the snow off the train tracks.
That's right, because we don't
Mm-hmm.
want to run into no big old ice pack, snow pack with a train.
Oh, and Backlash Fisherman says he's live tonight at 8:00.
That's right. It's called Hobby Hangout. Go hang out with Backlash and get your hobby on. Whatever your hobby is, come on and join us at 8 p.m.
And I tell you, it's kind of soothing sitting there. They're just everybody's doing something different.
Yeah.
Somebody may be knitting, somebody may be crocheting, somebody may be doing a craft.
I call it sewing.
He calls everything sewing. It's not.
Hey, you want to build your model car, build your boat, make a lamp. Bama Nola's in the house saying, hey, Sea Lake Journeys. Hey, I'm glad to see Bama Nola. I'm glad to see you got some rain up there, dude. Woo!
Okay, so I think that we pretty much covered everything. Now, this Friday in the raid parade, if I get it finished, is going to be the Mendenhall Glacier dog sledding and helicopter.
That's right. This Friday raid parade, you'll see all the great video of us taking that helicopter up, getting on that dog
find a
sled.
teaser on that one. How about
She's
that?
going to look for a teaser on it. So the raid parade, if you're not familiar with it, go check it out. Go to GGM Creates, and you can find out a lot more about it, more than I can tell you. But they have Megan sets up the raid parade and the Saturday stroll. It's an opportunity for you to premiere your videos so that a lot of people can see them all at one time, and you can meet some other vloggers in there, see some other stuff you may be interested in. They're going to see your stuff. Maybe they're interested in. It's just a great time.
Yep.
We love it.
So here is a little teaser, and I'll mute it because the dogs bark so loud.
Leave the sound on. Let it go.
I think we're on a break right now.
Yeah, the dog just pooped.
And they actually have to clean the dog poop up.
That's,
I thought this was one where they were running. Let me find one where they're running.
They actually have to go pick up all the dog poop and urine off of the glacier. They can't leave anything behind.
Nope.
When they say you can't leave anything behind, they mean
Nothing.
anything.
Here we go. I think this one's running.
Okay, let's see the running. This is the view I dreamed about getting right here.
And it's so funny to me because they don't bark while they're running. They only bark when they're stopped.
Yeah. Because they're like, come on, let me run. Let me run.
And so this was a 1 mile
1 mile loop.
1 mile loop. And you can see there are other dog sled teams over there that are ahead of us in the
You see me filming there with the GoPro. You're going to see the GoPro footage, I believe, for me sitting on the very front, like the front of the roller coaster there.
So that video will be out. If I get it finished, will be out Friday in the raid parade.
How about that?
So, let's see what's going on in the chat while I was doing that.
What is going on? The Z Show Cruise Fund says, yeah, here we go. Prime time will be at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Eastern. That's right, Eastern time, 8 o'clock. Y'all can read that. It says, go see the Z Show Cruise Fund. Bama Noah says, Chet, you're very important to my channel. A lot of people ask me where I come up with all those people to tell. Bama Noah, I love leaving. I watch his videos. I always leave a comment saying, I'm going to go tell. And I make the ice cream man. I'm going to tell the ice cream man today to go check out Bama Noah Adventures and subscribe. So I'm telling all, you know who I'm going to tell today, Bama Noah? I'm going to say, everybody here at Sea Lake Journeys, go check out Bama Noah and subscribe. How about that?
Okay, guys. So right now, we'll see you Friday during the raid parade with the Mendenhall Glacier and dog sledding.
Yes.
And then The following Friday is going to be the Yukon White Pass Railroad expedition, and we'll be back here again live next Sunday at 6 p.m.
Next Sunday at 6 p.m. And who knows what we'll talk about.
Who knows?
Hey, we appreciate everyone being here. We want to make sure we thank moderators. We want to make sure we thank our subscribers, our members.
Mm-hmm.
Yay,
Can't
members.
do this without you guys.
Special
Thank
shout
you
out.
very much.
Yes, and thank you to our lurkers and everybody else. We're going to get our Facebook hooked back up. Right now it's offline because she went and got a new phone and everything got wankered up.
Yeah.
We'll get Facebook back on here too, y'all. And
until next time, we'll see you around the channel.
see you around the channel.